worked with the college ministry on the Boston mission trip, and we went over to help out Harbor City Church with some of their community activities and sharing the gospel with people around the town.
I went on the Boston mission trip to Harbor City, to help them out as much as we could.
I was a part of the group that went to Winthrop, Massachusetts to work with Harbor City Church. When we arrived, we had the opportunity to learn about how their church plant started, as well as their community outreach strategies.
I wasn't quite sure what we were fully going to do there, but I was open to going because I knew how much progress the church had done already and how much work they put in, and I was willing to help them in their journey to sharing the gospel with Boston.
I expected a lot of manual labor, and before the couple months leading up to the trip, we'd been doing a discipleship series focused on sharing the word, being intentional about sharing the gospel.
This trip was a very unique trip for me because I had the opportunity to see people that I have built relationships with, and I had the opportunity to actually share the gospel with a friend of mine that I met 4 years ago when I was serving in Boston.
God has opened my eyes to the need to share and love on people more throughout my day-to-day life.
We have a great situation here in South Louisiana, the Bible Belt, and up there the culture's different. People maybe aren't as apt to talk to random people, especially about religion.
It made me realize that the same strategies that we used in Boston can also work in Lafayette. It starts with prayer that we will be bold in sharing the gospel with others, but also praying for those who are going to be receiving the gospel and are hearing it maybe for the first time, that they're receptive to it.
We would go out to a couple of parks and we would share the gospel with people there.
Our group just went after it, had so many just random conversations, or I guess they seemed random, but they ended up having meaningful outcomes.
I remember being in the park and watching 2 of our college students go up to somebody with a dog, and they used that as a way to start this conversation, and it led to them sharing the Romans Road, giving the lady a Bible, and inviting her to church.
So if you want to go on a mission trip, expect to be a little uncomfortable, but if you're being led to do it, it shouldn't be scary.
And it made me realize that we can't expect anybody in Lafayette to know the gospel unless we've had a conversation with them too. That could be friends, coworkers, family even.
I think it can be a scary thing sometimes to go up to people and talk to them about the gospel. But what I realized throughout the trip is that it's not my place to figure out whether they need to hear it or not. It's just my place to tell them, because the Lord says that we all need to hear the gospel.
Missions need to happen everywhere you go.